I'm Ann Croker, writing coach. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. Today, you've joined hundreds of established and emerging writers who are discovering ways to reach their writing goals and have fun by being more curious, creative, and productive. You're listening to the Ann Croker Writing Coach podcast. When did you stop writing? Somewhere along the way, you stopped writing. Life got in the way. You lost your confidence. You ran out of time. You ran out of ideas. You hit a huge block and you can't get past it. Maybe you thought writing was reserved for younger you when the stakes were lower and you took more risks. For one reason or another, the words stopped flowing. You set aside your pen. You stopped calling yourself a writer. You scribble in your journal now and then, but not much beyond that. One day, you're an unstoppable force, spinning out stories like a professional word weaver. Next day, you're staring at the screen, feeling the weight of fear, doubt, and a serious lack of motivation. Or maybe you face external hurdles. It doesn't help that the world seems to conspire against you. Every interruption, every demand on your time feels like you're being yanked away from your true calling. You wonder if the original spark is gone for good, snuffed out. I've been there. For example, when my dad needed loads of caregiving attention, my brain didn't have any space to think creative thoughts, and I had almost no time to sit down and write. When I was sitting down, it was for care meetings and urologist appointments, or I was tracking down fax machines to send documents to insurance companies, or bracing myself for the unpredictable fury of his increasing dementia. Overwhelmed by the responsibilities and stress, I put everything but the absolute essentials on pause. The few words I eked out felt forced. That spark, it was gone. Guess what? If that's you, if your spark is gone, if your words feel forced because you're eking them out in the little bits of time that you've got available, I totally relate. Every writer hits a wall at some point. Some swear they don't, but I would bet my favorite pen that every writer at some point has moments in their career when the words won't come. If that's happening to you, do not see it as a sign that you're not cut out for this. It does not mean you've lost your gift. In fact, it proves you're in good company. You're human. You are a writer. Because you're a writer, let's figure out how to get those words in motion again. The first idea, write a few minutes every day. Just a few. Even during intense caregiving days, I could squeeze out just tiny little moments to do some writing in between appointments or just before bed. It wasn't much, but it was something. It was mine. You can try that too. Try to write just a few minutes, maybe before bed, between appointments, in those tiny slivers of time. Even a few minutes in a notebook or on your phone's app while you're standing in line somewhere. That's a good place to start. You're getting a few lines down. Get going by getting something down. Another idea is to write anything. I mean anything. Maybe you do have a deadline staring you down or a deep desire to finish your memoir. But if your writing is at a standstill, let yourself write anything. Your thoughts, a memory, a description of your surroundings. You need to invite your mind back to the page. So don't put a lot of pressure on it by forcing it to do an act of great writing. Just write a card to a friend or a simple update on social media. Write sloppy. Let go of the need to be perfect. I know this is hard. In fact, you might need to purposefully create something imperfect just to get over that hump. Produce something purposefully imperfect, even sloppy, just to get past that perfectionist tendency. It's more important to reignite the habit than to stress out over turning in typo-free text without a single sentence fragment. Sneak past your internal grammar guard who threatens to bludgeon you with the Chicago Manual of Style. Heck, why not write a few sentence fragments on purpose? Slip one in to free you up. You'll feel like a rebel, and maybe that's the energy you need to fuel your creative fire. Remind yourself why. Reconnect with why you started writing in the first place. What drew you to this craft? What did it give you that nothing else did? Tap into that original passion and let it guide you back to the page. Try writing with another tool. If your circumstances don't give you enough time or space to sit down at a keyboard and actually type, then just grab your phone and speak into the voice recorder app of some kind. Have that file transcribed and voila, you've got a draft. It's a great way to get your ideas out even within logistical limitations. Be kind to yourself. Stop beating yourself up. When we're kind to ourselves, we embrace our humanity. We open ourselves up to return to embrace the writer we've been smacking down. Sarah Severson, writing for Rewired Dynamics, says this: self-compassion encourages us to explore without the fear of failure. This freedom to experiment fosters creativity, leading to innovative problem solving and increased productivity. In other words, with self-compassion and kindness instead of self-loathing and criticism, we're far more likely to emerge creative and productive. Write what you can and know that the creative spark, the energy that drives us to the page, truly does ebb and flow. That's normal. Sometimes we can just sit and do the work, less inspired but willing to try. Keep showing up. As words spill on the page, even a few lines at a time, believe and trust that more inspired words will return in abundance. When did you last feel this way? Stuck, without words, creatively blocked? What pulled you back? I hope you're overflowing with ideas, your pen barely able to keep up. But if you're stuck, pick up your pen and write one sentence, because you're still a writer and your story is not over yet. If you haven't already, subscribe to my coaching newsletter where I share writing and publishing tips, strategies, and resources just like this. Sign up at anncroker.com/connect. That's anncroker.com/connect. And I'm Ann Croker, cheering you on as a writing coach in your ear, everywhere we may meet. At my website, on this podcast, in your inbox, or even in person, I'm always looking for ideas to share with you that will help you achieve your writing goals and have fun by being more curious, creative, and productive. Thank you for being here.